Hello everyone. In this video I will discuss one of the films called No One Will Save You, 2023. And never forget that I always pray for you and your family to be happy and healthy always. The film begins by introducing a teenage girl named Brynn, who lives in a large house in the remote countryside. Despite appearing cheerful, Brynn is not truly happy. The villagers ostracize her because, as a child, she accidentally injured her friend Maud, leading to Maud's death. The only person who used to console her in times of sadness was her late mother. However, since her mother's death, everything changed, and Brynn had to face life with no one caring about her. Brynn's daily routine involves working as a seamstress, taking online orders, and delivering them. During her free time, she builds miniature buildings resembling those in her village. One day, as Brynn was about to deliver a customer's order to the post office, she noticed the grass in her yard drying up in a peculiar circular pattern, as if intentionally done. After watering it, Brynn headed to the post office in her car. Along the way, she stopped in front of her neighbor's house, where a man had always caught her attention. Brynn waved at him, but the man didn't care, as Brynn is known as an outcast due to her past actions. Arriving in town, Brynn discreetly placed the package in the mailbox, seemingly avoiding attention, as being in a crowd is not enjoyable for someone who's been ostracized. After leaving the post office, Brynn visited her mother's grave, shedding tears as if wanting to pour out her sorrow. There she encountered neighbors, but when she greeted them, none of them cared. On her way home, Brynn noticed Maud's parents walking in the cemetery. Feeling embarrassed and wanting to avoid trouble, Brynn hid behind her car. Back home, Brynn wrote a letter to Maud, expressing her daily life even though her friend had passed away. She placed the letter on Maud's grave, a symbol that Brynn still cares for her friend. In the evening, Brynn received a package from someone. However, instead of delivering it directly to Brynn, the delivery person rudely tossed the package. Fortunately, it wasn't fragile. It was just a miniature building Brynn had ordered online. One night, while already asleep, Brynn woke up to a strange sound in her yard. Thinking there might be a thief, Brynn went to check. As she was about to go downstairs, Brynn noticed the front door opening slowly, and a mysterious figure entered the house. Fearing for her safety, Brynn returned to her room and hid under the bed. The mysterious figure turned out to be not a human, but a strange, possibly alien creature. Brynn saw the alien exit through her bedroom window, quickly closed the window, and went downstairs to lock the front door. However, shortly after, all electronic devices turned on and started moving by themselves. Flickering lights created a tense atmosphere in the house. Brynn tried to make a phone call, but the telephone emitted a terrifying sound, startling her. Brynn's scream made the alien aware of someone inside the house. The alien returned, searching for the source of the sound it had heard. The alien descended the stairs, and Brynn, terrified, hid behind the refrigerator. However, the alien could hear her breathing and discovered her hiding spot. Without hesitation, Brynn attempted to escape, but the alien, using its telekinetic abilities, prevented her and made her fall. The alien then used its mental powers to pull Brynn towards it. Brynn tried to grab anything nearby and stabbed the alien in the head, causing it to fall to the floor. In disbelief of what just happened, Brynn tried to stay calm. As dawn approached, Brynn remained vigilant, anticipating the possibility of the alien rising again to attack. However, it seemed the alien was already dead, so Brynn covered its body with a cloth. Afterwards, Brynn tried to call the police, but unfortunately, the phone was not functioning due to a power outage. Brynn then went to her car, intending to go to town and inform people about the alien invasion, but unfortunately, her car wouldn't start at all. Brynn then returned inside the house, cleaned herself, and tended to her wounds. After getting dressed, Brynn took her bicycle and headed to town. On the way, she noticed the postal worker's car had crashed right in front of the house of the man she admired. Strangely, no one was around, and Brynn found a mysterious circle sign similar to the one in her yard. Brynn suspected they also experienced an alien attack like she did the previous night. She continued her journey, but upon reaching the police station, Brynn encountered Maud's parents. They were not pleased with her presence, and the woman glared at Brynn with hatred. The two police officers present did little, as they didn't want trouble with the police chief. Faced with mistreatment, Brynn abandoned her plans and decided to go back home. However, when retrieving her bicycle, someone intentionally locked it, preventing Brynn from using it, and she ended up crying by the roadside. Ultimately, Brynn decided to take a bus back home, but during the journey some passengers approached her. They began acting strangely, and Brynn saw something moving in their throats as if possessed. Hearing commotion behind, the bus driver stopped, allowing them to escape. Arriving at a place of worship, Brynn tried knocking on the door for help, but no one was inside. Brynn then visited Maud's grave next to the building, shedding tears once again. Suddenly, a large thundercloud moved towards her. Brynn ran as fast as she could, unaware that the cloud was expanding, covering the sky above the city. Some of her neighbors were seen waving towards the cloud, as if welcoming their friends, indicating they were likely being controlled by aliens. Brynn hurried back home, and inside she found mysterious slime trails seemingly emanating from the mouth of the alien corpse. Brynn tried to follow the trails, but outside she saw the thundercloud massing above her house. She returned inside, blaming candles and a bonfire for illuminating her house. She boiled as much water as possible, closed all windows, then closed the front door with a cloth and nailed it so that the aliens thought there was no one in the house. After securing the situation inside the house, it was evident that the alien spacecraft spotlights were attempting to scan activities within the house, indicating that the aliens had gathered in the yard. Unfortunately, the nails used to cover the door with fabric came loose one by one. Subsequently, a beam of blue light illuminated the house, pulling the corpse of the previously slain alien. As Brynn was about to hide in her room, another alien detected movement inside and entered. Despite Brynn's attempt to remain silent, the alien sensed her presence. Reflexively, Brynn brandished scissors at the alien, but it effortlessly disarmed her using telekinetic powers. Searching for an object to defend herself, Brynn ended up holding a photo of herself with Maud. Out of curiosity, the alien also seized the photo. When the alien's attention was diverted, Brynn fled to the kitchen. Unexpectedly, a smaller alien attacked her. Brynn fought back with all her strength, scalding it with hot water, but the small alien proved resilient and impervious to pain. Eventually, Brynn managed to incapacitate the small alien, then escaped through her bedroom window. However, outside, a giant alien silently observed her movements. A man possessed by an alien suddenly appeared, ambushing Brynn and dragging her to be handed over to the giant alien. The giant alien signaled the mothership to activate the teleportation device to transport Brynn inside the spacecraft. Fortunately, Brynn freed herself from the man's grip, inadvertently causing him to be sucked upward. Seeing the alien's lapse, Brynn ran as fast as possible, and the giant alien gave chase. Due to its massive size, the alien struggled to keep up, climbing onto the roof and emitting a terrifying sound that caused Brynn physical pain. Brynn then entered her car, and the alien attempted to break in but ended up getting trapped. The alien struggled, eventually destroying the car's gas tank. Brynn used fire to ignite the alien, and after it burned, the mothership's light reappeared. Brynn hurriedly entered her house, searching for a place to hide, unaware that there was an alien inside her room continuously observing objects, such as childhood photos with Maud and heartfelt writings. Suddenly, a beam of red light shone towards Brynn, rendering her unable to move. Then, an alien approached her, spewing parasites from its mouth to infect Brynn. After the parasites entered her body, everything became calm, as if the invasion had never occurred. Her house, previously damaged by the alien attack, was restored to its original state. Brynn even saw her childhood friend still alive and now an adult like herself. Observing these anomalies, Brynn quickly realized that she was under the influence of alien illusions. She reached into her arm to extract the parasites, and after successfully doing so, Brynn regained her full consciousness. A beam of light from above the spacecraft illuminated the parasites, then formed a human body. Brynn seized the moment to escape into the forest, only to unexpectedly encounter her own doppelganger, the manifestation of the parasite that had previously inhabited her body. The alien suddenly stabbed Brynn in the abdomen, and in retaliation, Brynn stabbed the alien in the neck, rendering it lifeless. As she attempted to return home, a giant alien blocked her way. This time, Brynn couldn't escape the alien's teleportation device and was transported into the spacecraft. One by one, the aliens approached Brynn, attempting to enter her mind and read her thoughts. Brynn revisited her childhood memories, enjoying happy days until a tragedy struck. In that memory, Brynn and Maud were involved in a quarrel. Maud pushed Brynn, causing her to fall, and in response, Brynn grabbed a stone, unintentionally hitting Maud on the head, resulting in her death. Brynn still regretted her actions, as conveyed through a letter she wrote to Maud. This encounter erased the sorrow and guilt that had lingered in Brynn's heart. After witnessing memories from the past, the aliens seemed to converse with each other. Brynn didn't understand their conversation, but ultimately, they returned her to the ground and flew out into space. Brynn couldn't comprehend what made her smile, but she felt that everything would be okay. The scene then transitions to the following days. Everything appears normal, and the house, previously in ruins, is now restored to its original state. Brynn is seen dressing up as if preparing to meet someone. Her smiles and joyful laughter return, reminiscent of the days before sadness enveloped her. Even the neighbors who previously despised her now treat her kindly, as if Brynn had never made any mistakes in her life. Additionally, the man who once scorned and ostracized Brynn is now in a relationship with her. They are seen happily dancing at a party with numerous alien spacecraft flying in the sky, and eventually, the movie concludes. And that's it for the story series of this film. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to support this channel by subscribe, like and share. See you in the next video. Goodbye.